What's going on, guys? It's Wrestling Pulse here.
Back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including major WrestleMania change incoming. WWE made their final decision on Night of Champions. Did a WWE tag team make a huge mistake? Jey Uso vs. Gunther is far from over. An ex-WWE star joins ONLYFANS. Could WWE be unifying titles? And much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos. Now let's see the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at 2 WrestleManias in 1 year. Our top story today takes a look at potential major change coming to WWE's signature event, WrestleMania. It's only a matter of time before WWE delivers a WrestleMania event in Saudi Arabia, and according to a new report from the Wrestling Observer Radio, WWE could be looking to produce 2 WrestleMania events a year. According to Meltzer in the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer Radio, WWE will indeed be producing a WrestleMania in Saudi, and they could even decide to introduce 2 WrestleMania events each year. They've got the Royal Rumble there next year. They've got a quote WrestleMania coming. The WrestleMania may be the greatest Royal Rumble WrestleMania as opposed to the WrestleMania, but they will do a show called WrestleMania. Whether that would be 2 WrestleManias, there could be. It's a decision that they have to make. The likely reason why WWE and TKO are considering this is based on dollars and cents. WrestleMania in the US brings in a staggering amount of money for the company, and having both a US WrestleMania and a Saudi-based WrestleMania in 1 calendar year will see the company deliver record numbers when it comes to their finances. Whilst this makes sense from a business perspective, the reception to this move won't be positive at all. The appeal of WrestleMania is that it occurs once every year, and for the WWE to then deliver the same PLE twice in the space of 12 months really waters down the established concept and the prestige of the event itself. Additionally, if WWE keep the 2-night format for the show, this means that in theory, there will be 4 nights of WrestleMania each year, which will be seen as overkill to many, and one of the manias will instantly be labeled as the inferior show. There's no confirmation that WWE will be running 2 WrestleManias a year. However, the way WWE has been going, it's inevitable that WWE delivers a WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. So the report definitely has a ton of credibility behind it. What do you guys think of a WrestleMania in the US and a WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia? Would you watch both shows? Next up, WWE make their final decision on whether to run Night of Champions. Now, although there have been calls on WWE to cancel Night of Champions out of safety concerns, that doesn't look to be on the horizon. According to PW Insider, talent haven't been advised of any changes to the show, but if any changes are implemented, they need to be done as soon as possible. For those who have asked whether WWE will be pulling this week's SmackDown and Night of Champions events from Saudi Arabia, there has been no official announcement. We have asked numerous WWE officials about the status of the shows and have heard nothing back. We are told that WWE staff and talents are slated to begin travel to Riyadh on Wednesday, so if the decision is made to move the shows, it would have to be done reasonably soon. WWE staff who are already on hand in Riyadh have not stopped pre-production work and setup. Talents have not been advised of any changes as of this writing. Fans on social media have been suggesting various arenas for WWE to book. However, they would need to book big arenas way in advance, and a few days' notice really isn't going to work. Fans in the UK have been pushing the idea of hosting the show at the O2 Arena in London. Sadly, this wouldn't work, at least this coming weekend, as the arena is already pre-booked, and the O2 Arena is the type of arena that needs to be booked around specific legislation and security measures. The obvious factor in keeping the show in Saudi is WWE's business ties with the country. WWE makes an enormous amount of money from these shows, and we've seen in the past that WWE don't give this type of money up without any significant resistance. In fact, they'd be set to lose around $50 million if both Night of Champions and SmackDown was cancelled in Saudi Arabia. There's no way in hell that TKO is going to be forfeiting that amount of money. Now, it will be interesting to see if any WWE talent states that they aren't willing to travel. Naturally, due to the situation, it would be completely understandable if talent would rather give the show a miss, and hopefully, if talent expresses this unwillingness, WWE oblige and simply remove them off the card without any fuss. As things stand, the show is going ahead in Saudi Arabia, and we'll definitely keep you posted on the latest developments when it comes to the show. Next up, an iconic tag team won a WWE comeback. A WWE Hall of Famer Bubba Ray Dudley has expressed interest in the Dudley Boys having one more match for WWE. Speaking to TV Insider, Dudley stated that he would be game to come out of retirement with Devon to wrestle at the AT&T Stadium in Texas. Of course, I think the entire WWE universe would love to scream Devon, get the tables one last time. If it would be up to me and Devon, it would be yes, we'd love to do it one last time. It has to be with the right team standing across from us, it has to be the right venue, city, and right event. Hell, I'd love to do it at the AT&T Stadium, Texas Stadium with 101,000 people screaming one last time, Devon, get the tables. The WWE last hosted a major show at the AT&T Stadium back in 2022 for WrestleMania 38. Based on their schedule, there doesn't appear to be any plans to run a show in that specific venue for this time. The Dudley Boys last wrestled as a collective unit last year, and with Bubba being a judge on the WWE LFG series, it definitely opens a door for the decorated tag team to cameo on a future show, or even have one final match as a tag team. Except did recent WWE signees make a huge mistake by coming to WWE? One of the topics on social media this weekend focused on the Motor City Machine Guns. A lot of the fans are of the belief that the legendary tag team made a huge mistake by signing for WWE, and it's easy to see why. The duo definitely peaked during their first few weeks in the company, and they haven't won a match since April. Fans are of the belief that the tag team would have been a better fit in AEW, and it's now surfaced that the duo were extremely close to signing for AEW last year. According to a new report from Fightful Select, the duo were to sign for AEW and wrestle against the Young Bucks at All In. While Motor City Machine Guns were in talks with AEW, the company had plans to go towards a Young Bucks vs Motor City Machine Guns tag team title feud for the big pay-per-view. We're told that at some point in the summer, things went radio silent between the two sides, at which point AEW assumed that Motor City Machine Guns were going to WWE. The decision was made to pivot to Young Bucks defending against FTR and Acclaimed at the show instead. With WWE firmly focusing on the Wyatt Six taking over the tag division, it appears that the push of the Motor City Machine Guns is on hold, at least for now. Next up, Kevin Owens resurfaces. A former WWE Universal Champion, Kevin Owens resurfaced at Fanatics Fest yesterday, and despite his neck injury, the popular star looked to be in good spirits. He was even wearing a John Cena t-shirt. Owens was his usual self during his appearance, and he hilariously began to claim that El Grande Americano was actually Elias. Next up is WWE running back an iconic feud. Just last month, WWE marketed John Cena vs Randy Orton as a last time ever encounter. However, Orton is now actively campaigning for one more match against his arch rival. During Fanatics Fest, Orton revealed that he wants to win the King of the Ring and ultimately challenge Cena for the WWE title at SummerSlam. I've also said it a few times in the past few weeks, I will do whatever it takes to get to John Cena, beat John Cena, and get number 15 around my waist. It's highly unlikely that Orton wins the King of the Ring tournament, and it's even less likely that WWE runs back Orton vs Cena. To deliver the match yet again just months after heavily marketing their final match together would be a spit in the face for fans and would lead to extensive criticism when it comes to WWE's booking. In relation to who Orton will be facing at SummerSlam, there were rumors a few weeks ago that he could be facing SmackDown GM Nick Aldis. It's unknown if this is still planned, but it would certainly make for a unique program for the WWE veteran. Next up, Gunther vs Jey Uso is far from over. WWE fans hope that they had seen the last of Gunther vs Jey Uso. The two wrestled countless times over the past year, and the majority of the matches have been rather underwhelming. But with that being said, main event Jey has confirmed that he's not done with the ring general, and according to Jey during Fanatics Fest, he would like to receive his rematch versus Gunther at SummerSlam. I gotta go with Gunther, cause right now Gunther is the better man, right? We go back and forth. I got respect for Gunther. I've never stepped in the ring with Goldberg before, you know what I'm saying, so my hat's off to Gunther. I want Gunther to win. I want Gunther to get to Saturday night's main event so I can run it back one more time with Gunther. I got to knock down that wall for me, check into my next level. There'll be a lot of disappointment if WWE goes with Gunther vs Jey Uso for SummerSlam. However, based on WWE television, they've been quietly building a Usos vs New Day feud, so that specific match has a high chance of making the SummerSlam card this year. Next up, could WWE be unifying titles? There's speculation that they could be looking to unify two of the women's titles on the main roster. This speculation began when Becky Lynch appeared at Fanatics Fest, and she decided that she wants to become Becky Two Belts once more at SummerSlam this year. But Lynch is of course the reigning Women's Intercontinental Champion, and based on what brand she's on, this would mean that Lynch is coming for the Women's World title currently held by Io Sky. If WWE delivers this champion versus champion matchup, would this mean that WWE would want to unify the titles? It's definitely too soon to unify the Women's Intercontinental title, however a champion versus champion showdown would be a significant matchup to market for the two-night SummerSlam event. Numerous WWE wrestlers have stated a claim to wrestle for the Women's World title at SummerSlam this year, and the Women's World title matches on both brands heavily depend on which wrestler wins the Queen of the Ring, as the winner of the tournament is guaranteed to receive a shot at SummerSlam. Next up, an ex-WWE star joins ONLYFANS. But the trend of ex-WWE talent joining ONLYFANS continues as former WWE star Tegan Nox has announced that she has now joined the platform, and the content on her page will drop in a number of days. Nox joins wrestlers such as Cora Jade and Matt Riddle on the popular platform, and more wrestlers are realizing that this site acts as a fantastic secondary income. And finally, the awkward moment at FANATICS Fest. Our final story today takes a look at an extremely awkward moment from FANATICS Fest this weekend. KSI made a guest appearance at the event, and for his entrance, KSI asked to use Christian's WWE theme song, but sadly, due to Christian being an AEW talent, FANATICS and WWE outright said no. Hilariously, KSI decided to randomly sing the song out of nowhere, and the clip has quickly gone viral on social media. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below. I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.